It starts with the culture, then it moves into commerce. A decade ago, it was a destination.
When a buyer is looking in Wynwood, what should they expect? What can you tell me about the hotels in Wynwood? What is the trend at the moment? Welcome to the exclusive Mindset Podcast, where we talk all things real estate, business, entrepreneurship, and more. Today, we have Jake Lecce on the podcast. The first episode was amazing. It talked about how Jake represents new development in Miami and the process. So if you're interested, go check that out. But today, we are going to talk about specifically Wynwood in Miami. Jake is an absolute expert, and he's here today to tell us everything we want to know. Jake, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Great to be here, man. West Palm is kind of similar to my market in a way.
Yeah, it is a little bit. And I think, one of the reasons is all the new development, like you mentioned, in Wynwood. West Palm's been around forever, but what we're seeing now is all of this new development. And West Palm Beach is sort of open to the new beautiful buildings, the high rises with incredible amenities. They're putting new gyms in. The restaurant scene is absolutely exploding. And I think it was one of those neighborhoods similar to Wynwood where, yes, it existed, but there was so much development, and there is so much new development to come. It just provides this amazing opportunity. So we haven't seen as many tech firms, but right now we're getting a lot of the financial firms, the hedge funds, advisors, and that market is heavily attracted to West Palm. But like you said, similar to Wynwood, they have the restaurants, they've got the gyms, they're building almost from the ground up everything new, which is really attracting that younger buyer. And it's been extremely successful. And I think there are a lot of parallels between the two, which makes a lot of sense for all those same reasons that you mentioned. So I would say the most similar market would be West Palm as far as the new business goes, the new restaurants and sort of the new infrastructure. So, and they're really trying to do what they can for that new client, for the new business. They're very welcoming, just like you said, Wynwood is. All right, so being in real estate, as you know, I get clients ask me from all over the country, all over the world, do you have single-family homes? Are they condos? Are they townhomes? Price points? When we talk about Wynwood, are we talking about large single-family homes? Are we talking about townhomes? Are we talking about condos? When a buyer is looking in Wynwood, what should they expect? How is that housing market made up?
So right now, it's predominantly condominiums, mixed use, and rental buildings. You have some single-family homes, but those are really on the outskirts of the neighborhood. When the neighborhood really had single-family homes, that was pre-industrial area, taken out and replaced with warehouses. And now we're seeing that post-industrial period where it's predominantly just condos and rental buildings.
Okay, so if you're a client looking to rent or buy a condo, Wynwood's the spot.
Absolutely.
Almost 100% condominium. That's all the new development. Wynwood is a condo market, essentially.
In terms of purchasing, yeah.
Great.
Yep.
And what is one of the reasons why? Is it because it's easy access? Why do people love that in Wynwood? Is it just the ease and the on the go?
Yeah, I think it's the density of the neighborhood. It calls for condominium buildings. And one of the things that I really like about it is the neighborhood is zoned for 12 stories. So it has a very community-oriented and neighborhood feel to it, very similar to pockets of Brooklyn in New York, where it's a contrast from the high-rises in Manhattan. You have lower-rise buildings in that neighborhood, and it's the same case in Wynwood.
That's very interesting. Actually, Delray Beach, as you know, has height limitations as well. And it does maintain that sort of integrity of that small town feel, that vibe, I guess. So I like that. I mean, obviously developers don't love it, but I think it maintains that community, which is great. So now we know our what is available for residential, but now let's talk about hotels. Are there hotels in Wynwood? What can you tell me about the hotels in Wynwood?
Yeah, the hotel scene is great. It's accelerating fast. You have hotels like Arlo and Moxie that are doing very well. And I think it's a testament to the amount of foot traffic that you're getting in the area. This is also a really good indication for the STR properties in the area. If these boutique hotels can command 350 a night, a well-managed STR unit can easily do
Let me
so.
stop you real quick for people who don't know. What is STR?
Short-term rental. So they're condominiums with a short-term rental component to them. Great. So I think, what we're seeing is people no longer just want to come to Wynwood to visit. 5, 8 years ago, it was a travel destination. People would come for the day. They'd enjoy the restaurants, the art scene, and then they go back to their hotel in South Beach. Now we're starting to see a major shift in that, where people want to be immersed in the neighborhood, stay in Wynwood, live that lifestyle. Going back to the culinary thing, it's one of the few places in the country, for that matter, that I can think of where you can enjoy a different culinary experience 4 nights out of the week and have a different experience every time. It's really dynamic in that regard, and I think now people, they just wanna stay where everything's happening.
So with all these new hotels and condos and rental buildings and businesses, are you seeing Wynwood becoming more of a full-time destination for the people that live there, or is it seasonal? What is the trend at the moment?
No, I think it's definitely trending towards full-time. I mean, a decade ago, it was a destination. And then what we saw post-COVID was an extraordinary amount of rental buildings, high-end luxury rental buildings that were developed and delivered. And now the next stage in evolution of the neighborhood is occurring. And probably step one is going to be when the Nomad residences deliver later this year. I recently took a hard hat tour with my developer of that project, and it's gorgeous. They're going to have the Casa Tua on the ground floor. So I think that is the trajectory that we're on. First, you have the residential established on the rental side. Now you have actual ownership, where people are invested in actually purchasing units in the neighborhood. And that's how a community and neighborhood build. It starts with the culture, then it moves into commerce, where you've got this amazing array of different businesses there that people can access. And then you start to get the services to really go hand in hand with the residential side. So you're going to have better schools. You're going to have, more grocery options and things like that. So it'll really end up becoming rounded out and be a complete ecosystem.
All right, Jake, you're in Wynwood every single day of your life, okay? I wanna know the 5 places that you go the most, and I wanna know how long it actually takes you to get there. Don't give me the, New York time, I want real time, okay? So, you're in Wynwood Airport.
Airport takes you about 12 to 15 minutes to Miami International.
All right, how about the Design District? Apparently, you're there all the time.
Design District is my second home next to Wynwood. I'm a New Yorker, so I like to walk. If it's not too hot out, I'm walking to Design District in 12 minutes.
You're walking in 12 minutes?
Drive maybe 5 minutes.
Really? So it's that
Yeah,
close?
that close.
Okay, that's interesting. I that's amazing, actually. Okay, give me 3 other places you go from Wynwood on a regular basis, and tell me how long it takes.
I mean, in the mornings, I like to take a walk or a jog along Biscayne Bay. They've got a nice boardwalk that's currently being extended. So especially from where the Ryder's located on 29th Street, you're looking at like an 8-minute walk to get to the bay. So you have the water right next to you as well. Where we're located on 29th, they're also 4 minutes from Whole Foods. That was recently added about a year and a half ago, so very close there. The Kasaya Center, where the Miami Heat play, 8 minutes. Brickell, 12 to 15, and then of course the beach. If you want to be dead smack in South Beach and south of Fifth area, you're looking at a 15-20 minute drive.
Based on everything you're saying, I mean, you're 20 minutes to absolutely anything max.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I know it sounds kind of cliche to say, but it is truly like one of the most central locations in Miami. So it creates a great launching point to everything.
All right, so Jake, I'm in luxury real estate, and sometimes our clients don't love the traffic or the drive. So if you're doing business in Wynwood or staying in Wynwood and you need to get to Palm Beach or Boca or Fort Lauderdale, what are the other options?
Yeah, I mean, I think about what a guy like Jeff Bezos would do when he's visiting the Amazon offices on 29th. So I think he'd walk out of Wynwood Plaza, hop in his black car, take that down to Biscayne Boulevard, which would be like maybe a 5-minute drive. And then you get on the Van Dutch boat. That's going to take you to the barge, which is Island Miami, and then you hop on Helijet Solutions, and that's going to get you to Palm Beach in no time.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be for a business meeting. A lot of these guys like to work hard and play hard. So, they might be at the High Grove Golf Course or Apogee, and they need to get down to Wynwood for a quick meeting. You just hop on that helipad, and you're there in no time. You're right
See,
away.
that
Yeah,
sounds like the right way to do it.
yeah.